Now, Madam President, on an entirely different matter, 2 in 3 Americans want the federal government, quote, to cut back on spending and printing money, end quote. That's 2 out of 3 Americans want the federal government to cut back on spending and printing money. But our Democratic colleagues spent the last several months trying as hard as possible to do exactly the opposite. Washington Democrats have spent months trying to borrow, print, and spend trillions more dollars right into the teeth of the worst inflation in almost 40 years. They've sought to turn their monthly welfare entitlement with no work requirements from a temporary COVID measure into a permanent policy. Cash welfare with no work requirements literally forever. 76% of Americans say these handouts haven't helped their families at all. Yet Democrats want to dump many billions more. Just step back and look at all the ways their left-wing wish list could hurt a young family in middle America. First, they need to cross their fingers that the private or employer-sponsored insurance they chose to meet their family's specific needs isn't shoved off a cliff in Democrats' latest lurch toward more socialized medicine. And they'll have to hope their war on the medical innovation sector doesn't prevent the development of life-saving cures their family might have relied on some years down the road. Say the family got 1 or 2 young kids. Maybe their ideal arrangement is a church-based daycare. They'd need to say a prayer their faith-based center isn't sued and chased out of business thanks to Washington Democrats' Toddler Takeover. Their plan would give nothing to full-time parents, grandparent caregivers, nanny shares, or neighborhood co-ops. It would push faith-based providers out of the public square by design, and it could inflate daycare costs, listen to this, by up to $12,000 or $13,000 per child per year. If Democrats get their way, let's hope neither parent is one of the many Americans who work in our domestic energy sector. Our colleague's bill has a huge pile of new red tape aimed at putting their industry literally out of business. But no matter where they work, they'll face inflated prices to heat their homes and fill up at the gas pump. For all of these bad ideas and many more, our colleagues wanted to spend trillions upon trillions more dollars right into the teeth of runaway inflation that they've already caused. Yesterday, we got indications the far left's slapdash sprint may be hitting the pause button. Well, that would certainly be great news for the American people. The best Christmas gift Washington could give working families would be putting this bad bill on ice.